Alright guys, hope you're having a good day. Today's video is going to be a little bit about different phrases people in the Legion community utilize on, I would say, a pretty normal basis, and what they kind of mean and how you can begin to learn them. So I'm probably going to post a link to all of these phrases below, so if you want to see what they actually are like stated as, we can kind of go through them together. The biggest ones I'm going to talk about first are going to be the workers and send based ones. So the biggest things are push. Push means like going more workers, so you push the worker button. You can do a hard push, which would be like pushing a little over what you should have. So let's say you had 100 send, but you know, hey, I really got to leak them next wave, and I'm going to send big next wave. So you might push, instead of 2 or 3, you push 4 or 5. You can also do what's called suiciding. Suiciding is where you know you have to leak and win on the next send, so you push every single worker that you possibly can. That's usually reserved for late game, like post 15. We've also got up. Up is just king upping. If someone says, I'm going to up, that's king upping. If someone says they're going to that's just resending. Resending is pretty normal after you get a leak, right? They'll say, I'm going to really quickly. There's also pressure. Pressure is what you give up and give someone, and give up when you're getting send or sending things, right? If you've got 200 Mythium, you're putting extra pressure on the enemy to build for a certain wave. We got feed and greed. So I guess this one, feeding is basically when you're just nonstop sending for no apparent reason. You're giving the other person an income push, income sends, and allowing them to push. Greeting is basically when someone is feeding you, you're just slamming the worker button and trying to get as much as you possibly can out of it. You can sometimes do what's called greeting when you're hard pushing. Basically, it's you're trying to get an extra worker a little earlier sometimes. And then there's just income sending, eco sending, where you're still attempting to leak them, but you might be sending, you know, a 40 in income one wave to get your build, and then you'll send a 120, and then you'll send a 30, and you'll send a 60, and then you'll send a 120, and then you might send a 20, and then like 200 or whatever. Like that, you're all income, right? But that's still income or eco sends. Now for build related things, the biggest thing I can really think of for these are some like key phrases like opener. An opener is what you're going to build first. So in this role here, I could go Yozora as an opener or a cat as an opener. Like cat, though, is another word for Nico. Yaz is another word for the Yozora. Zerker for Berserker. The list goes on and on. Sometimes people will call Sand Badger just Badger. Egg Sack just Egg. There's a lot of variety in those. What you can also do, though, is you can say you're building a stack on your unit. You stack with a cat, you stack with a Yozora spell. Speaking of spells, there's ability damage in this game. Ability damage is almost always shown down in like the description of the unit. So right down here, it tells you that it does 33 damage from range, ability damage. Ability damage is most of the time going to be magic. If it's not like either the type of the unit, which in this case is magical with Infiltrator, it'll tell you in the description. Then we got summons. So summons for something like Gate Guard. It starts with 14 mana, which is another keyword that people are going to talk about, the mana for spells. It gets 14 mana at the start. It spawns a unit. It requires 14 more mana to summon another. In this situation, I think it's just a dog. Shifting. Shifting is when you have, say, 50 gold, and you're going to take that 50 gold and try to not spend it this wave and try to get a bigger unit next wave. It's a little bit more of an advanced topic, and I wouldn't recommend new players shifting, but it's a thing you're going to need to keep in mind. As well as splitting. We talked about this in my other splitting video, but splits, this is what a split is. You have two builds, one on each side. Then next thing is send related. These are mostly just acronyms to quickly say something. DT, Dragon Turtle. Liz for Lizard. This is more of a joke, but friends for brutes, because you're friending someone by sending brutes. You've got mole for just safety mole. You got pack for pack leader. GK for ghost knight. 4E for four eyes. SR for siege ram, and then kind of it for the rest. Some people will call the cannoneer just cannon. Some people will also call the four eyes spider. I mean, it is technically a spider, but four eyes I think is a little easier to say. And then the last ones are spell related. So you've got pawn for pawn shop. Let's see here. Cred for creditor. GA for guardian angel. AOA for all out assault. Lizard army is LA. You'll sometimes see people say vamp, Magi, and sorc. Ventures usually stated fully. Dark ritual, DR. OW for overwork. GS for giant snail. The rest of them are pretty much self-explanatory aside from PTA for plus the attack. That's kind of it. I guess that's kind of just a quick and dirty rundown of all the different phrases and words you can use in Legion to shorten up your vocabulary. Can't think of anything else. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I tried to make it as quick as humanly possible while still making it usable. If you did like the video, please like it down below, as well as subscribe to my channel. I try to post videos like this daily for your guys' information, so you can educate yourselves on Legion content and continue to become better players. But yeah, that's kind of it. Thanks, guys.